I really appreciate you joining me today, and this is some news coming from the West Midlands. This first story is from Marston Green in Solihull, and it occurred on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m, and police were called to Station Road when a 17-year-old was found with serious knife wounds. The ambulance service tried to save his life, but despite their best efforts he died at the scene, and a murder investigation was launched. This is the first image of a boy that has been identified as the victim, and his name is Reubens. People have paid respects locally, and friends of his mother have launched a GoFundMe to help support her during this horrific time. So I'd really appreciate it if anybody can spare anything to help this family through this time, and go to the GoFundMe. Superintendent Wayne Carter of Solihull Police said, "We know people are understandably concerned. We will be conducting inquiries throughout the day. We have extra officers in the local area, and they're encouraging anybody who has any information to get in touch, and they're reviewing CCTV and making inquiries about anybody that was in the local area." A 17-year-old boy has been arrested on suspicion of murder, and he remained in police custody for a period of time, but it has now been reported that he has been bailed pending further inquiries. A tent was erected in the middle of a street outside a shop, and forensic officers were gathering evidence that could potentially lead to a conviction later on. But as it stands right now, nobody has been charged with any offences relating to this, but we'll definitely keep you updated on anything to do with this story, and rest in peace to Reubens, and my condolences to his friends and family. In this next story, we're going to Birmingham, where a man has passed away sadly after 3 men were taken to hospital after supposedly taking drugs inside the Forum nightclub in Dale End. This was on the 26th of October, and it's believed the man that died was visiting the venue with 2 other people when it occurred. A 22-year-old man that is yet to be named is believed to be the man that has died, and they are working with the county coroner in Birmingham City, and the post-mortem will be held in due course. The family have been informed and contacted by police, and they are being supported at this time. 2 other men aged 20 were being treated in hospital, but they have since been discharged. A 20-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of supplying drugs, and he appeared at Birmingham Magistrates Court earlier this week. The police said in a statement they took immediate steps to bring to the attention of the local authority this nightclub that they believe didn't have adequate searches in place. The licensing committee has suspended temporarily the club's licence, and now somebody has been charged with offences. They are asking everybody not to speculate about this story. But at the same time, I believe it's very important to make sure that if there is for example, a bad batch of drugs going around, that people are notified, or maybe even just awareness as to the amount of drugs he took or what he took, and the effects that could potentially have on people as well. So we'll definitely keep you updated on anything to do with that story, and I'd really appreciate it if anybody has any idea what drugs it was to get in touch so we can try to raise awareness amongst other party goers to avoid any more incidents like this. For this next story, we're going to go to Derby, where Aidan Phipps has been convicted and jailed for 12 years after sexually assaulting a child and also a teenager. He groomed a 12-year-old girl on Snapchat, lured her to a park and then raped her. And then he also attacked a 17-year-old girl who he dragged to an abandoned building where he also attacked her. 2 other girls aged 15 and 17 were also victims. And the 18-year-old, formerly from South Derbyshire but now from Ashfield, was subsequently charged with a number of offences including rape, sexual assault, assault by penetration and assault by penetration of a child under 13. He admitted the offences at Derby Crown Court on the 23rd of August, and he's been jailed this week for 12 years and 6 months, with the judge giving him an order to serve at least 9 years and 6 months, and also a sexual harm prevention order. Detective Constable Stephanie Wilkes and Detective Constable Kelly Adams led the investigation, and they said that Aidan was a very dangerous sexual predator. He attacked young girls knowing their ages and that they didn't want to engage in any sexual activity with him. The fact he committed these offences while on bail shows he had no regard for the law, and he was very persistent, and he was a repeat offender.
Wait there, mate. Wait there. You made me jump.
Sorry.
Just wait there, right. Listen to me. You're under arrest for rape. Okay, you don't have to say anything. My own defence. If you don't mention when questioned, which later in court, then you say maybe good evidence. Okay. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Just pass me your hand. Slow down. Okay. Necessities for prompt effective investigation to protect a vulnerable victim. Okay. I understand you probably just woke up.
Clothing wise.
Just take a breather.
Yeah.
Just take a breather out, mate.
So it's great news that he's locked up off the streets, but he could have got longer, and I'd like to hear what the viewers have to say on that story. Staying on the subject of sex offenders, a predator who used TikTok to send explicit images to young girls, some as young as 10, has been jailed for 11 years. Stephen Blackman began messaging a 10-year-old girl using the app and bombarded her with sexual photos and videos and asked for the same in return. He was caught when the girl's mum found the messages on her phone and contacted the police. Blackwell was arrested and later bailed, pending further investigation. While he was on bail, he began messaging accounts he believed to be 14-year-old girls. Again, he sent numerous pictures of himself performing sex acts and asked the girls to do the same. However, these accounts were not real. They were in fact decoys set up by a child protection activist group, and the phone number was traced to Blackwell, and he was arrested and subsequently charged with child sex offences and communication with a child under 13.
So we've had important information received, okay, that there's an online account linked to yourself that's been chatting with 14-year-old girls, okay? So at this moment in time, it is 10 to 7, so I'm arresting you on suspicion of attempting to engage in sexual communications with a child, okay?
The 46-year-old from Matlock denied the offences, but was found guilty at Derby Crown Court and jailed for 11 years, and also given a sexual prevention order and placed on the sex offenders register. So 2 cases there, very similar and actually significant sentences, and I look forward to hearing what the viewers think on that story. Staying in Derbyshire, but a different topic, on drug dealers. 2 people who were doing county lines in Derbyshire have been jailed for more than 11 years. Nathaniel Brown headed up the drugs gang that sold thousands of pounds worth of drugs across Chesterfield and Derbyshire Dales between May 2023 and February 2024. Brown's right-hand man, Joshua Newbound, carried out the day-to-day dealings, and the children that he used would deliver the drugs to users under the doormats and also under car tyres, and even posted them through letterboxes. In June 2023, police stopped a Mercedes that the pair were driving in Renningshaw. Joshua Newbold was disqualified from driving at the time, and he tried to evade police and capture before Brown ran off, and he was chased by police and found later on. Several mobile phones and a lock knife was discovered in the car and seized, and Newbold and Brown were both arrested and later released on bail as the investigation went on. In October 2023, while they were still on bail, police followed an Audi through Chesterfield that was driving dangerously, mounting pavements and driving at oncoming traffic. The car was found shortly afterwards at a business centre in Barrow Hill, and Newbold and Brown were seen by witnesses taking things out of the boot. Police were told the pair were arguing before throwing things into the nearby bush, and police found 15 bags of cocaine, cash and also a mobile phone. One of the mobile phones was linked to a drug line, and 2 dealer lists were also found. One of them was for small amounts of cash, and the other was for large amounts, ounces and thousands of pounds. Police raided their addresses in February 2024 and found drugs, cash and weapons. The pair were subsequently charged with supplying Class A drugs and possession of criminal property. Newbold was also charged with disqualified driving, dangerous driving and possession of a bladed article. They initially denied the offences but pled guilty on the first day of trial at Derby Crown Court on the 12th of August 2024. Newbold was jailed for 5 years and 4 months, and Brown from Sheffield was jailed for 6 years and 3 months. The judge said in sentencing that the conspiracy went on for nearly 1 year. And the detective in charge of the case said that they used children to sell drugs, and it shows the levels that they stooped to. They had no regard for the police, and they continued to sell drugs even after they were arrested the first time. So I look forward to hearing what the viewers have to say on this story. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios. And I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.